Sister wives. Mary Brown believes that when a husband flirts with another wife, it's cheating, and she has every right to feel that way. Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well by God's grace. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. For 4 decades, Mary Brown was the legal wife of Cody Brown, the face of TLC's long-running reality series Sister Wives. She was also the first wife, the one who took the boldest leap into plural marriage. She agreed to let Cody court and eventually marry Janelle, then Christine, and finally Robyn. For more than 30 years, Mary lived the principles of polygamy, even when it hurt, even when she felt overlooked, even when cameras captured her loneliness in painfully sharp detail. So, when Mary recently said, both on the show and in interviews, that she now personally considers it cheating if a husband flirts with one of his other wives in a way that sidelines or disrespects the others, viewers paused. Wait, wasn't this the same woman who spent decades defending an arrangement where a husband divides his romantic and sexual attention among multiple women? How could flirting suddenly become cheating? The answer is actually simple. Mary never signed up for emotional neglect disguised as spirituality. What she signed up for, at least in theory, was a family where love multiplies, not divides. A family where every wife is valued and cherished equally. What she got, especially in later years, was very different. To be clear, Mary isn't saying Cody can't love, kiss, date, or sleep with Janelle, Christine, or Robyn. That was always part of the arrangement. What she is saying is this. When Cody openly flirts, cuddles, prioritizes, and pours emotional energy into one wife, especially Robyn, while treating the others like afterthoughts, in full view of the family and cameras, it feels like betrayal. And she's right. It is betrayal. In monogamous relationships, we call that emotional cheating. In polygamy, some insist it doesn't exist because jealousy is supposedly a sin you just pray away. But Mary has spent the last decade refusing to swallow that story. She watched Cody giggle and whisper with Robyn on the couch while she, the wife of over 30 years, sat at the other end, like a guest in her own home. She heard him call Robyn his soulmate while barely exchanging a civil word with her. She saw him plan extravagant anniversaries and lavish gifts for one wife, while the others seemed invisible. That's not polygamy working as intended. That's favoritism dressed up in religious clothing. Mary's new boundary isn't anti-polygamy. It's pro-dignity. She's finally saying what many former fundamentalist Mormons have been whispering for years. When one wife becomes the favorite and the others are starved for attention, the whole system crumbles. Love can multiply, but only if respect, time, affection, and attention are shared fairly. When it isn't, the unfavored wives aren't living plural marriage. They're experiencing slow-motion rejection, sanctioned by doctrine, and Mary lived that rejection publicly. From the 2015 catfishing scandal to the legal divorce, so Cody could marry Robyn and adopt her children, to being labeled difficult or bitter for wanting basic affection, it all added up. She stayed for the family. She stayed for the faith. She stayed long after most would have walked away. Now, free from the marriage, and with that spiritual union dissolved in 2022, Mary is rewriting the rules on her own terms. She's not telling other plural families how to live. She's simply saying that, for her, watching a husband flirt exclusively with another wife while ignoring her felt exactly like cheating. Because, at its core, it was the same emotional experience, being replaced, devalued, and made invisible by the person who promised to love you forever. Some fans have accused Mary of hypocrisy. You knew what polygamy was, they shout in comment sections. But that argument doesn't hold up once you realize Mary didn't leave polygamy because she suddenly hated sharing. She left because the version she lived wasn't the one she had been promised. It wasn't about equal sister wives supporting each other. It was about one man slowly building a monogamous relationship inside a polygamous shell, while the original wives watched their marriages dissolve in real time. Mary's stance is, in fact, one of the most honest things to come out of Sister Wives in years. She isn't asking Cody to stop loving Robyn. She's simply acknowledging that the flirting, the favoritism, the public displays of preference, without equal effort toward the other wives, destroyed her. And she's done pretending that this destruction was part of God's plan. In the end, Mary Brown didn't reject plural marriage. Plural marriage, at least the lopsided, favoritism-riddled version she endured, rejected her first. And if insisting that other wives be treated with basic respect now counts as cheating in her book, maybe that just proves how broken the system was long before she finally walked away. Sister Wives. Cody Brown begins what fans are calling his apology tour, starting with Janelle. But is it too late? After 14 years of watching Cody double down, deflect, and shift blame during every family crisis, the patriarch of the Sister Wives franchise has finally said the words viewers have been waiting to hear. I'm sorry. And the first recipient of his on-camera apology is Janelle Brown, the second wife, the fiercely independent one. The woman he spiritually divorced in season 18 after telling her she could either accept a patriarchy with zero intimacy or leave. During the upcoming Sister Wives Look Back special, Part 3, airing December 2025, viewers saw Cody sitting across from Janelle in Flagstaff, looking noticeably humbled. I owe you an apology, Janelle, he said. I was cruel. I said things that were unkind and untrue. I told you that you didn't try hard enough in our marriage, when the truth is, I stopped trying years ago. I checked out emotionally, and instead of owning that, I blamed you. I'm sorry for the way I handled everything hurt you so deeply. His voice cracked as he continued. You were loyal for 30 years. You gave me 6 kids. You worked your tail off. You never complained. And I rewarded that loyalty by treating you like you were disposable. That was wrong. I see it now. Janelle, ever the stoic one, sat quietly for a long beat before responding. Thank you for saying that. It actually means something to hear it. But she added, gently, an apology doesn't erase the damage, Cody. It just opens the door for healing. If that's even possible at this point. For longtime viewers, the moment is raw, uncomfortable, almost surreal. This is the same man who, just 2 seasons ago, screamed at Janelle on national television that their marriage was over because she refused to kick their adult sons out of her house. The same man who told her, I don't want to be married to you anymore, with a smirk, as if firing an employee. So, why now? Why, after years of insisting he had no regrets, and that the 3 original wives simply failed him, is Cody suddenly on what fans are calling a redemption? Or perhaps desperation? Apology tour? Sources close to production say multiple factors collided. Ratings for season 19 plummeted after Christine's wedding special dominated headlines. The departures of Janelle and Mary left Cody and Robyn as the only remaining couple. TLC reportedly pressured Cody to show some accountability if he wanted the show renewed. And perhaps most crucially, Cody's relationship with his older children remains in shambles. Pedon, Gwen, Gabe, Garrison before his tragic death, Savannah, and even Aurora have publicly distanced themselves. Insiders say that the only way some of the kids will even consider reconciliation is if their father finally owns up to his behavior. Therapy. For the first time in his life, Cody has been attending weekly individual counseling since early 2025. According to a family friend, he's slowly starting to understand just how much damage his narcissism caused. One therapist reportedly told him, You can keep blaming 4 women and a dozen kids, or you can look in the mirror. For the first time, Cody is choosing the mirror, albeit slowly. Even Robyn reportedly had a tearful off-camera conversation with him. She said, if you want any kind of legacy besides being the jerk who lost his entire family, you need to make amends. Start with Janelle. She's the one you hurt most publicly. Janelle, for her part, has been characteristically poised but cautious. In a solo interview after the apology aired, she told the camera, I appreciate that he said the words. I really do. But words are easy. Behavior is hard. I've spent the last 2 years rebuilding my life without him, and I love my life now. I'm not angry, but I'm also not waiting around, hoping he becomes someone else. If he's genuinely changing, great. That could help him co-parent and maybe repair things with the kids. But our marriage? That ship sailed the day he looked me in the eye and said he didn't love me anymore. Fans on Reddit, X, and TikTok are divided. Some call it the most satisfying moment in Sister Wives history. Others smell manipulation, arguing he's only sorry because he's down to one wife and no storyline. One viral post already has over 40,000 likes. Whatever the motivation, Cody's apology to Janelle seems to be just the beginning. Previews show him attempting similar conversations with Christine, who shuts him down cold, and with Mary, who listens but keeps a noticeable distance. He's reportedly also reached out privately to several of the kids, though whether those efforts will succeed remains to be seen. One thing is clear. Cody Brown, the man who once bragged he'd never apologize because he was never wrong, has finally said the words, Sister Wives. Janelle Brown reveals a shocking story from before she ever met Cody. Her mother literally tried to kidnap her out of polygamy. During the Sister Wives One-on-One Secrets Revealed special in December 2025, Janelle dropped a bombshell that left host Sakanya Krishnan speechless and viewers picking their jaws off the floor. She explained that the night before she was introduced to Cody, in 1989, her mother staged a full-blown rescue mission to drag her out of the fundamentalist Mormon community forever. Janelle recalled, I was 21, freshly divorced from my first husband, and had moved back in with my mom in Eden, Utah. She had left the Apostolic United Brethren when I was a kid, hated polygamy with every fiber of her being, and she was terrified I was sliding back in. She saw me hanging around old friends who were still in the group and panicked. One night, around 11 p.m., she burst into my bedroom with a packed suitcase. She said, Get in the car right now. We're leaving for Colorado tonight. You're not doing this. You're not becoming a sister wife. I'm your mother, and I'm saving you whether you like it or not. Janelle said she was stunned. I told her, Mom, I'm an adult. I'm not even dating anyone in the group right now. Calm down. But she was crying and shaking. She'd seen too many women destroyed. She said she'd rather I hate her forever than watch me sign up for that life. The argument went on for hours. Her mother had the car running, her little brother ready to drive, cash in an envelope. It was like a Lifetime movie. Finally, around 3 a.m., Janelle convinced her mom she wasn't engaged or courting anyone and just needed time to figure things out. Her mom went to bed sobbing. The very next evening, just 24 hours later, mutual friends introduced her to Cody at a church social. 3 months after that, she became his second wife. Janelle laughed nervously before revealing the twist that left the studio in stunned silence. I never told my mom the full irony until years after the weddings. When I finally did, Janelle just looked at me and said, If I had been kidnapped that night like my mom wanted, none of this would have happened. 6 kids, 30 years, all of it gone because she fell asleep instead of throwing me in the car. Sakana asked the obvious follow-up, Do you ever wonder if your mom was right? Without hesitation, Janelle replied, Every single day for the last 5 years. She thought of the hardest moments. When Garrison died. When Cody told her he didn't love her anymore. when she spent Christmas alone in an RV while he celebrated with Robyn. Those are the moments I think, God, my mom was ready to commit a felony to save me, and I talked her out of it, she said, her voice cracking for the first time. I don't regret my children. I don't regret the good years. But if I could go back and climb into that car with her at 21, knowing what I know now about how favoritism and narcissism can rot plural marriage from the inside out, yeah, I would have been in the back seat before she even finished the sentence. The confession has sent shockwaves through Brown family forums. Fans posted side-by-side photos of Janelle's mother, Cheryl Usher, who passed away in 2020, with captions like, "The real hero we never knew. She almost saved all of us from 19 seasons of pain." Some even jokingly suggested an posthumous spin-off, Sister Wives, the one who tried to stop it. Janelle ended the segment with a message that felt directed straight to her mother's memory. Mom, wherever you are, you weren't wrong. You saw it coming 35 years before the rest of us did. I'm sorry I didn't listen. But I'm finally out now. I wish you were here so I could tell you in person. You were right, and I love you for trying to steal me away that night. For a family whose entire brand was built on the idea that polygamy is a higher divine calling, hearing Janelle Brown, once its most loyal and practical defender, admit that her own mother nearly abducted her to prevent it is one of the most devastating indictments the show has ever aired. Sometimes, the clearest prophets aren't wearing priesthood garments. They're just mothers with a running car and a suitcase at 3:00 a.m., Sister Wives. Robyn Brown breaks down over the thought of Christine, Janelle, and Mary returning. In one of the most emotionally charged scenes ever filmed for Sister Wives, Robyn completely unraveled during the upcoming Tell Nothing special. The interviewer asked a single, seemingly innocent question. If Christine, Janelle, and Mary all woke up tomorrow and said they wanted to come back to the family and rebuild plural marriage with Cody, how would you feel? What followed was 4 minutes of raw, uncontrollable sobbing that left the crew stunned and Cody sitting silently beside her, looking shell-shocked. Through choking tears, Robyn finally spoke. I would welcome them with open arms, immediately. No hesitation. I would cry happy tears for weeks. I have prayed for this. I have begged God to soften their hearts and bring our family back together. I never wanted to be the last wife standing. I never wanted it to be just me and Cody. That was never the dream. Her voice broke further. People think I won. They think I'm sitting here smug because I'm the only one left. Do you know how lonely it is? Do you know what it's like to walk past the empty houses on Coyote Pass every day and remember when all our kids were running around together? I hate it. I hate that the family is shattered. I hate that the little kids ask why their siblings don't come around anymore. I hate that I'm the face everyone blames. Cody reached out to comfort her, but Robyn gently pushed his hand away and kept going. I miss Christine's laugh in the kitchen. I miss Janelle rolling her eyes at me when I was being dramatic, but still helping me anyway. I miss Mary's sarcasm and how she always knew how to fix anything that broke. I even miss the fights, because at least we were together. This isn't victory. This is grief. When asked if she truly believes reconciliation is possible after all the accusations aired on camera, the favoritism, the Robyn is the puppet master narrative, Cody declaring he no longer loved the other 3 wives, Robyn's defiance came through, even in her tears. I know what people say about me, she admitted. They call me manipulative, fake, a sobbing Robyn. I'm not asking anyone to like me tomorrow. I'm asking for forgiveness on all sides. We all said horrible things. We all hurt each other. But families forgive. That's what we always preached, right? Love should be multiplied, not divided. Well, I still believe that, even if no one else does. Then came the question everyone wanted answered. Do you think Cody wants them back too? Robyn looked at her husband of 15 years, the man she has defended fiercely through every season, and answered honestly, that's not my story to tell. But I can tell you this. Every single night when he prays out loud, he still thanks God for all four of us. Christine, Janelle, Mary, and me by name. Every night. He has never stopped doing that, even after the divorces. So, you tell me what that means? Cody stayed silent for the rest of the segment. Eyes red, jaw clenched, staring at the floor. The moment immediately exploded across social media, with reactions splitting into 3 camps. Team Robyn, finally seeing her real heart. Maybe we misjudged her. Team Too Little, Too Late. The tears feel performative after a decade of weaponized crying. Team Skeptical. If she's sincere, why didn't she fight harder to keep the family together when it was falling apart? Whatever side viewers land on, one fact is undeniable. For the first time in years, Robyn Brown openly admitted that being Cody's only remaining wife feels like a punishment, not a prize. And in a franchise built on the promise that plural marriage creates bigger, happier families, that single confession might be the most honest moment the show has ever aired. Sister Wives. Janelle Brown makes the ultimate power move, North Carolina style. Janelle pulled what fans are calling the most Janelle Brown move in Sister Wives history. She bought 160 acres of raw mountain land in North Carolina, arrived with a brand new 45-foot luxury fifth-wheel RV, parked it squarely on her property, and declared, "This is home now." No Coyote Pass drama. No waiting for Cody to build the big house. No asking permission. Just Janelle, her trailer, her dog, and a view that makes Flagstaff look like a parking lot. The scene aired in the first 5 minutes of the season 19 finale, December 2025, and the footage is pure, unfiltered freedom. Aerial drone shots of misty Blue Ridge Mountains, Janelle in overalls and muddy boots directing a flatbed delivering her $189,000 2025 Dr. Mobile Suites, fifth wheel, 4. Slide outs, 2 bathrooms, washer-dryer, fireplace, residential fridge, king bed, the works. Close-up shots show her unhitching the trailer herself with a cordless drill, like she's been doing it her whole life. The final shot, Janelle standing on her deck at sunset, arms spread wide, yelling to no one in particular, "I own this. All of this. No loans, no co-signers, no committee meetings. Mine." The Instagram caption she posted the next morning broke the internet. From renting an RV in Flagstaff because I had nowhere to live, to owning the mountain I park it on. 160 acres paid in cash. No neighbors, no patriarchy. Just me, the kids when they visit, and the best fifth wheel money can buy. Plot twist, the fifth wheel isn't the trailer. I am. And I'm finally rolling exactly where I want. Within 48 hours, the post had 1.4 million likes, 87K comments, and a hashtag was born. Hashtag Queen of the Fifth Wheel. Fans immediately called it the most satisfying mic drop in Sister Wives history, easily surpassing Christine's wedding and Mary's B&B opening combined. And the details make it even sweeter. According to county records and insider sources, Janelle closed on the land in September 2025 for $1.2 million in cash. Proceeds from her Flagstaff house sale, combined with years of quietly saving her reality TV paychecks while Cody spent millions on Robyn's mansion, allowed Janelle to make her dream a reality. The property she purchased has a natural spring, multiple buildable ridges, and, blissfully, zero hoe. She's already filed permits for a small main house, a tiny home village for her kids, and a massive shop for her future fleet of side-by-sides. She named the entire parcel Garrison Ridge in honor of her late son. A hand-carved wooden sign bearing his name is set to go up next spring. And the fifth wheel itself? Registered in her name only. Title insurance, everything. Cody isn't on a single document. When Sakana Krishnan asked during the reunion, "Does Cody know you bought all this without telling him?" Janelle just smiled. He knows now. I sent him the drone footage the day I parked. His exact text back? Looks cold. That's it. 2 words. That pretty much sums up the last decade, doesn't it? She continued, "I waited 30 years for someone else to build me a home on land I partially paid for. I'm done waiting. Turns out, when you stop asking men for permission, things get done shockingly fast." The comment section on TLC's YouTube clip erupted in celebration. Janelle went from, "I live in an RV because I'm basically homeless," to, "I live in an RV because I'm a millionaire who owns a mountain." Growth indeed. Cody spent 15 years drawing houses on napkins. Janelle bought the whole damn mountain. Men, take note. The fifth wheel isn't the trailer. Janelle is the fifth wheel who finally detached from the truck going nowhere. Pure poetry. Even Christine chimed in on the post with a single crown emoji and the words, "My sister is unstoppable." As winter sets in, Janelle has already shared videos of herself splitting firewood, installing Starlink, and decorating her luxury trailer for Christmas, complete with stockings for all 6 of her kids, including one for Garrison, hung across the electric fireplace. She ended her most recent live stream with a line that's sure to be printed on t-shirts soon: "I was a sister wife for half my life. Now, I'm just a wife to myself. And honestly, best marriage I've ever had?" Somewhere in Flagstaff, a certain ponytail is reportedly very quiet tonight.